What the hell is Sauce Sports or whatever that last call was talking about? What the hell is that?
Guys are from Free Love, man.
North side, south side, east side, west side. Perfect. It's the sauce, ho. You know what the fuck it is. From the east to the west, gotta represent. From the north to the south, gotta represent. They try to steal the sauce, but they ain't got the fresh ingredients. I know the round table, the real round table. Anything else, bitch, that's just an imitation. Shout out Wide, shout out Wink. What up, Tenny? What up, Ray Ray? What up, Spitz? 10 toes down since the beginning. If I miss you, I ain't dish you. Call the sauce line if you got an issue. From the Rockies, the Stros, Texas, the Dynamo, Houston's #1 sports show, brought to you by Honcho. Perfect. North side, south side, east side, west side. Cody. It's the sauce, ho. You know what the fuck it is. From the east to the west, gotta represent. From the north to the south, gotta represent. They try to steal the sauce, but they ain't got the fresh ingredients. I know the round table, the real round table. Anything else, bitch, that's just an imitation. Shout out Wide, shout out Wink. What up, Tenny? What up, Ray Ray? What up, Spitz? 10 toes down since the beginning. If I miss you, I ain't dish you. Call the sauce line if you got an issue. From the Rockies, the Stros, Texas, the Dynamo, Houston's #1 sports show, brought to you by Honcho. Perfect. North side, south side, east side, west side. It's the sauce, ho. You know what the fuck it is. From the east to the west, gotta represent. From the north to the south, gotta represent. They try to steal the sauce, but they ain't got the fresh ingredients. I know the round table, the real round table. Anything else, bitch, that's just an imitation. Shout out Wide, shout out Wink. What up, Tenny? What up, Ray Ray? What up, Spitz? 10 toes down since the beginning.
All right. First and foremost, I'm pissed off at every last one of y'all. I'm going to tell y'all why when we get the stream started. But welcome to Sauce Sports. If you're not familiar with Sauce Sports is a Houston, Texas homer network. It means we're talking all sports, but mostly Houston. We're going to talk about a couple of things tonight. We're going to talk about a little bit about what happened in Pittsburgh. We're going to talk about the differing opinions on one Coleridge Bernard Stroud, and I said like juniors. Yeah, apparently he's the fourth. That's what a legacy, right? I guess you have 4 in a row somewhere. There's a quarterback in there somewhere, right? We're going to talk about the Patriots, man. We're going to talk about the Patriots and the and the ridiculous things that I thought that, you know, I mean, I guess you're in the playoffs, you should talk shit, right? We'll discuss that. But give me just a moment. We'll be live here. Give me about 40 seconds. Let me give me some water here, you know, and we're going to have a good old time. But make sure you hit that like button, right? Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you're new to this, not true to this. And we're going to get this thing jumping in just one moment, man. We're going to have a good old time. We got a lot of shit to talk. A lot of shit to talk. Right? And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to tell you why we're going to spank them bitches, but you know how that goes. I got to get you guys interested first, right? So let's get it. Un momento, por favor.
North side, south side, east side, west side. Perfect. It's the sauce, ho. You know what the fuck it is. From the east to the west, gotta represent. From the north to the south, gotta represent. They try to steal the sauce, but they ain't got the fresh ingredients. I know the round table, the real round table. Anything else, bitch, that's just an imitation. Shout out Wide, shout out Wink. What up, Tenny? What up, Ray Ray? What up, Spitz? 10 toes down since the beginning. If I miss you, I ain't dish you. Call the sauce line if you got an issue. From the Rockies, the Stros, Texas, the Dynamo, Houston.
What's the motherfucking deal, man? Welcome to Soft Sports. No, I'm not as lively as I was the other evening. I was fired up the other night, boy. I didn't know how to feel because, it's all good in the moment. But you gotta address in the moment, like I said, but they say you gotta address in a win what you would in a loss, right? You don't want to overlook that. And boy, I think that people are not taking the outcome of last game serious enough. We're gonna talk about that. We're going to talk about you guys, the fresh ingredients, right? And how much I appreciate each and every one of you guys. We're going to talk about how people are still talking really greasy about the Houston Texans, man. Like, people are talking really greasy, kind of like how I look on the goddamn camera, about the Houston Texans. Let me know how the audio sounds. So I said that I was pissed off at each and every one of y'all. So before I do the roll call, I'm going to tell y'all why I was pissed off. The audio has been sounding like complete ass. Right, and it sounds terrible. And so y'all, yeah, of course, yes, y'all been letting me know when it's been clipping or I've been muted or whatever. But it just sounds really bad. Like I've been going back and I'm like, I'm gonna chop up some clips, and I don't even want to chop the clips up because they sound terrible. Right, it's my fault, right? Because I hardly ever go back and just watch the videos like I should. But to me, the way I hear it, it sounds much different than it sounds on the stream. And I'm going back, I'm like, this shit is terrible. And y'all been listening to this terrible ass shit, and ain't nobody been saying that shit sounds ass. So. Like I said, for whatever reason, when it processes through the streaming, it sounds way different than what I hear on my end. So even when it's loud, you guys got to just let me know when it sounds real crazy. Because again, this is about making good content for you guys to listen. I don't want y'all getting your ears all discombobulated trying to, listen to me talk a bunch of shit about fucking opponents of the Houston Texans. All right, so let's get this started. So anyway, let's see what we got in here. We got a thing around here called the Sauce Nation Roll Call, man. Shout out to your side. We're proud of you are from the greater Houston area, east side, west side, north side, south side, or anywhere in the greater Houston area. Go ahead and drop that in the chat so I can send a little bit of love in your direction. If you're not from the greater Houston area, well, you need to make better life decisions. Well, no, actually don't come to Houston. We're done. We don't need any more. We're good. We're full. So, you can try Dallas. I think Dallas has some opening. Don't come to Houston. They love transplants. They treat them. Never mind. I'm not even gonna go. I'm gonna be cool today. I'm gonna behave today. I'm not, but I'm not. Anyway, Jay McCarty, what's the motherfucking deal? I'm with the shit. Professor Trill TD. We still gotta have that conversation because I called you about some stuff from the last game, but we never discussed it. Purple Drake, what's the motherfucking deal? Chill out. Let me see. Tony Medina, what's the motherfucking deal? DeAndre, HTX Savage. Let me see. Big DQ. Let me see. Arturo, what's the motherfucking deal? JB World. Let me see. I can't even tell. I need some. Let's get down there. What does that say? LOI Loy. I'm assuming that is. We're just gonna call you 2531. What's the motherfucking deal? Elijah, what's the motherfucking deal? Mr. Harris, what's the motherfucking deal? Let's see. Big guy, what's the motherfucking deal? Let's see. Well, Memphis, shout out to Memphis, man. Shout out Memphis, man. We fuck with Memphis, you know what I'm saying? I told him, boy, look, see, them young niggas been jamming that boost. They need to jam some Project Pat this week. They need that, Mr. Don't Play. Everything working. They need that, look, they get on that Project Pat, they gonna be on for real. Kobe, what's the motherfucking deal? Yeah, so y'all see, like, I don't have none of the little shit around. I have been just fucking it up, right? I try to have a little infotainment going on, but I'm fucking all up. We'll get it all good next time. But we're gonna talk about it, right? So the killers from Katy in the building, shout out, baby. So my thing, we got to talk about it. Like, it's just a few things. Let's get the CJ Stroud shit out the way, right? Because I got people that unsubscribe because they mad about something I said in a video that happened before the game. And they're mad at that video talking about I'm hating on CJ. How am I hating on him for something that he did before I even knew that he did it. You know what I mean? That's wild. I mean, like, am I at fault for that? Because I said this is something to watch for. I didn't even say it hatefully. It was from a couple of streams where it was a clip I actually did chop up and made into a short. And it wasn't hating. I was just saying my biggest concern is CJ being the one, being the cause, because you saw it. Everybody else stepped up. Like, let's do it like this. And this is why I say I think everybody's looking at this. I think everybody's looking at this in the wrong way, right? Oh wow. I didn't know this tilted like this. That's so much better. See, I be wasting money. That's what I just waste money, right? I mean, it's like, yeah, I need this for this, and then never use it, never put it to the full potential, and then I'm like, oh, it can do that, and it's like simple shit because anyway. So like, if this game, let's put it like this. I like to make scenarios. Let's change perspectives for a moment. If the Texans would have lost this game, let everything else being everything else, what you know. What's the first thing that you would point to as being the issue with the Texans losing this game? Like, what would be the first thing that you would say? El Heiss, what's the motherfucking deal? Right? Eddie Mendoza, what's the motherfucking deal? And I'm not saying I don't think he's going to play the way he played last game, but let's not say it's out of the realm of happening. I'm not going to say it'll be as bad, but we can't act like CJ is above coughing one up, right? And it's not as much as he did last year, of course, right? But it's man, hey, look, that people got mad at me when I called him soft. And I wasn't even calling him soft. I just didn't have a better word for it. I even tried to soften the soft, right? But it ain't the same CJ that you saw run up on the Broncos a couple of years back, right? Like when I think he threw an interception. I forgot what happened. He threw a touchdown. So I can't remember what happened. But when he ran up on old buddy, this ain't the same CJ. And right, exactly. And so that's what I'm saying. Like, it would have been that, right? And so that's why I'm saying, like, everybody's, oh yeah, man, he played good. He did not play good. He did not play good. You telling me that anybody else, if I told you Trevor Lawrence went 250, 1 for 1, threw one and gave one up, right? You would be like, oh, that ain't shit. He ain't shit. That ain't nothing. That ain't no stuff. He wouldn't call it a good game. Like, we are letting our bias kind of impact. And I know it's a lot of people like, I'm taking the fucking win, right? But I just want to say that it's okay. It's okay to criticize your quarterback, right? If your quarterback can't take criticism, if you're concerned about your quarterback taking criticism and not being able to handle it, and you know what I'm saying? Like, exactly, like, and not being able to handle it, you might not want that as your quarterback, right? I'm not saying, look, I will say this. I was in the moment, right? I need to add the crow. See, that's so much shit. The crow messed up too. I added some crow, and I ain't got the crow working. I was in the moment, right? I don't want to trade CJ, but again, you cannot play like that. But you can also admit that there are significantly better quarterbacks than CJ out there. So again, two things can be true, right? I don't want to abandon CJ. He just, in that moment, even with the win, I'm just like, that shit was terrible. Rue, what's the motherfucking deal? HTX Dave, what's the motherfucking deal? Like, they put this cloak, the cloak over, like, they like the Shroud of Torn. Like, they over CJ. Y'all want to be quarterback Jesus. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what that defense is. Like, there's no mistake. You know what I'm saying? Man, look, I was mad, bro. Like, I was really mad. 'Cause I'm like, this nigga's gonna. And I said this weeks ago, right? I said it weeks ago that my only concern going into this playoff was that CJ doing something. Did you see, even though he was able to recover a couple, like, where he was coughing the ball up, like, in the situation, like, football's not round, right? Football's not quite like a basketball. Football isn't always gonna bounce cleanly, back into your hands. That's why there's things called fumble. That's why they slip so much. That's why there's always so many issues. Those were lucky bounces that were favorable. People don't realize, like, because again, the ball can bounce either way. It was fortunate, right? Those things could have went other ways, right? So it worked in our favor. At no point in time was I ever just intimidated, like, oh, Pittsburgh. No, right? People are trying to say, oh my God, like this is why, and probably even myself included, sometimes everybody don't need a mic, right? Everybody don't need there's some dudes, I don't know who them FanDuel dudes are. They like, look, I mean, at this point, I guess if you just talk long enough, anybody can get deals, right? You know, you just talk long enough people pay attention. Maybe there's those type of people that like say stuff and people hate watch them because I'm seeing people saying that, you know, DK was wide open all day. The people trying to say that Lashley was getting burned. He was just PI. Like, I'm just seeing crazy stuff about the outcome of this Pittsburgh game. And I'm like, why are people saying it? Patriots, go back home, Patriots. That's where y'all guys are going to be. You guys are not winning nothing today. Or not today, well, whatever. But anyway, I just want to say, it's okay to talk shit about CJ. The defense is what it is. Because think about it, like, and any time that you have the opportunity, and I know it's a nationwide thing. I know the Texans fans, like, because we've had, let me talk to you Texans fans, because this is a heart-to-heart. Right, this is a personal issue. We've had a lot of bad relationships. We've had a lot of bad relationships with quarterbacks, and I understand. I understand. You don't want to talk. I know you don't want to talk negatively about, you know, the new one. We've lost them to some terrible circumstances. But nigga, this ain't that, man. Like, y'all got to get over it, bro. Like, I know we've had some fucked up situations with quarterbacks, pick six records, guys that we thought were going to be the future of the franchise, and then they turned out to be junior diddly diddlers, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, I know, right? The ups and downs. We had to go through Davis Mills for a while. We had a period where we had a coach named Cully. I mean, like, I know. But Texas fans, we always come out on the other side, right? And things always, they get worse, they get a little bit better. But I know y'all don't like to talk about the quarterback, but it's okay, right? 17, we had the whole giraffe. We went through Hoyer years, bro. We've had Fitzmagic. We've had the Rosencopter. We've had, what was old buddy? Not Jacobs, what was his name? Was Josh Johnson? Something like that? We've had a lot of, I want to say, was Banks on the roster at one point in time? Like, we've had a lot of names come through here, bro. Like, and I know the overwhelming majority of them have not been worth their weight in salt, right? I get it, but it's gonna be okay. Wow. Again, y'all saying some shit. Let me see who look. What are old school Texan fans in here, right? I want you to drop. If you're an old school Texan, man, I'm an old school Texan. I'm day one. I gotta find my ticket somewhere. I'm talking about day one. I was at the game. Fuck Dallas. This is why this means so much to me. I told you I'm gonna cry. If this shit happen, I'm gonna cry. I told you, like I said in the Discord. I'm like, nigga, we win this, but I'm gonna cry. But you can see a grown man, just like I was crying earlier. But we've gone through a lot of stuff. Name a name, and it doesn't have to be a bad name. Just name a name that only an old school Texan would know, right? Like only an old school Texan. We're gonna see what old school Texan fans are here. But let's talk about these Patriots, man. Let's talk about it. Also, shout out to Marcus Jones on the Patriots. You know, go Cougs. But not this week. Before we get into the Patriots, I want to talk about how the NFL tried to fuck us, right? They tried to fuck us over. I've been complaining about the schedule all season, right? I've been complaining about the schedule the entire season. I've been talking about how they're trying to force too many games, and I agree with Charles Barkley about Christmas Day, right? Oh wow, Haley Wong, that's crazy. And they're doing it again, right? Because now to meet these requirements by trying to put all these games on all these different stations, and I guess you have contractual agreements, you're putting the players in danger, right? So like, look at this situation. Now you have a game where you play a day later than everybody. We have to travel to go play a game on the road. These guys are sitting at home. They've already had a day of rest, right? That's a day of advantage of practice that they get to get. They're dealing with an injury similar to what I hear that old buddy's practicing again. What's it, Gonzalez? That we got a guy with a concussion, star player with a concussion, doesn't even really have the potential. Billy Miller, okay, Shiloh K, okay. Like that doesn't even really have the chance to get out of the concussion. Like you know what I'm saying? Like you don't have the chance to really get up out of the concussion protocol. Like unless they just really pull a special playoff concussion protocol mode. We're gonna advance you because we want more money. Like something like that. But I mean the Texans can beat the Patriots without Nico. I'm not worried about that, right? Like I'm not tripping on that at all. Like I'm not, oh my God, without Nico, we're like, let's beat the brakes off the Patriots. Like, hear me out, right? And I know y'all been, Hunter, you talking crazy? That was the Steelers last time it was okay. Fuck the Patriots, right? We have some checklists that we have to, mark off as we make our journey. Like this is why I've told y'all kind of later in the year. I mean, everybody was talking about, Super Bowl, cool, right? Like Ben said that before the media got a hold of me, saying that this was a Super Bowl defense. But I've always said the whole time I'm concerned about CJ. We've addressed that. I'm not going to go back to that. But this is a special year because I've told you all the things that we can check off on our bucket list. The Patriots have been a thorn in the Texans' ass since the Texans exist. I know it's not Tom Brady, but it's Mike Vrabel. It's a 2-for-1, right? It's a 2-for-1 deal. If you get a 2-for-1 deal, make sure you hit that like button. You get a 2-for-1 deal. If you can knock out the Patriots with Mike Vrabel, right? 2-for-1 deal. Oh, no, it's not the same as Mike Vrabel with the Titans, right? But, oh my God, yeah, Reed, terrible. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh man, this is a bunch of crazy names. And I'm like, God, Okoye. I remember Okoye was like the youngest fucking draft pick. Texas always doing some weird ass shit. Anywho, here's my thing, bro. Shout out to y'all about what's the motherfucking deal. And again, if I missed y'all, I promise I ain't dish y'all. We've got 2002 Tony. Let me see. Let's see the thing going. Chinsky, what's the motherfucking deal? Let me see. Cujo, what's the motherfucking deal? And again, if I miss y'all dish, we've got more to talk about. But you get a twofer, right? So now you can check off Patriots in the playoffs, right? Braxton Miller. Man, I had high hopes for Braxton Miller. They were not fulfilled. You can check off the Patriots in the playoff, and then you can knock off affiliate and ex-enemy Mike Vrabel, right? And then at the same time, you're going to see Teddy Bruschi cry because Teddy Bruschi's a bitch and he don't know shit. Like, Teddy, I can't stand fucking Teddy Bruschi. I'm like mad about some shit he said last week. I don't even know what he said this week. I'm pretty sure he said something else stupid this week. Baby, good defense. I'm pretty sure, right? But anyway, so you got a twofer there, right? And then you got a potential, hopefully, because the Jaguars, of course, are inept. They're Jags on the Jags. Let's start Gene. Dreesen. Because the Jags are going to jag. Of course, they decided just to jag it off in the playoffs like some pussycats. Anyway, we handle the business. We continue on. So hopefully we cross paths with the Broncos again, right? And I know, Hunter, you're talking crazy. You're dismissing the Pats. I'm not dismissing the Pats. I'm just looking at a couple of things. Let me tell you why I feel so confident. Again, this is not necessarily a game preview. These are things I want to point out. We're going to get much more in depth on the game preview on Friday. Hopefully, everything, the system and everything we back up, and we'll really get jiggy. I'm getting jiggy with it. Hey. Anyway, so I was just like, I didn't really watch that much of the Patriots Chargers game, right? So I decided to go back and just take a little look at it. And I've been concerned because you've been hearing Drake Maye MVP conversation, right? You're like, oh my goodness, oh my God, this guy must be really good. Oh my God, this guy must be really good. I decided let me go watch this Drake Maye. So let me go check this guy out, right? Let me see what he's talking about. Right. And shout out to Purple Drake. That's what I'm saying. Hey, look, Josh Allen went and got his, man. I doubt it's Superman. But Drake Maye, and I'm watching, right? Because everybody's talking about the Chargers, and I'm like, have we seen those guys? Okay, what about them? And just looking at it, like I said, I'm just kind of just watching the highlights, just seeing what was going on. Drake Maye struggled to put the ball in the end zone. Drake Maye was looking like CJ for a second. But Drake Maye, besides the numbers, this is why I say we don't do stat sexuals, because you can come in here, you can look at numbers, and you can tell whatever story you want to. If you're not seeing what's taking place on the field, it doesn't mean anything, right? Like, I could could throw a screen and the motherfucker run that bitch 80 yards for a fucking touchdown, right? I'm gonna get 80 yards as a fucking quarterback, right? It's gonna be like, oh, look at my percentages, look at my averages, look, I'm taking easy throws, so my percentage looks really good, right? Like you can take the numbers and say, oh, this guy's accurate, but you gotta really look at the numbers. That's why I say I don't really like stats aside from the major stats. When you start talking about, we're gonna get into the analytics and we're just gonna break down how many seconds it's gonna take this guy to run 32 yards. I don't give a fuck about that, right? Like I don't care about the nuance. Like this shit don't mean shit. They're not on the field thinking about none of that shit. Them motherfuckers thinking about kill, right? Because that's what you should be. So here's here's my thing, right? Here's my thing. Pat's defense is not as good as the Steelers, right? And the Steelers, it wasn't good, right? So clearly, what you're going to see here is where I'm going with this. They're looking at the Chargers, all right? We've seen the Chargers. We know what the Chargers are. We know what they bring to the table. He wasn't able to move the ball. He wasn't able to get the ball into the end zone until the fourth quarter, right? About almost midway fourth, a little less than midway fourth quarter. But I'm hearing Pat fans tell me Drake Maye's going to carve up the Houston Texans. Drake Maye's going to get out. He's going to will and deal. He's going to use his full skills. He's just going to make the Texans look something like last. What was it? What was? Does anybody remember the last interaction? Last engagement that took place. Does anybody remember? I can't quite remember. I wonder if anybody in the chat remembers. Let me know in the chat. Y'all know I got a bad memory. I can't remember the last engagement. We may get it, May. We may have seen. Oh, okay. So that's all I'm saying. Like, I don't know what they're talking about. Play calling. About look. Let me tell you something, man. Once these niggas send Stephon Diggs on paternity leave for the playoffs, y'all gonna understand it's real. Like I'm hearing people talk about Diggs. Hey, guess what? Y'all can go get old buddy, right? Y'all can go get old buddy. They went and got the nigga we just cut because Vrabel's dirty. He's done that before. Like he'll go try to get somebody who got the playbook or understand. Like they're gonna try to interpret our calls. They're gonna do stuff the Patriot way. I mean, in the legacy of Bill Belichick, right? Like it wouldn't be. It wouldn't be the Patriot way. It wouldn't be the Bill Belichick way if you weren't trying to cheat to win, right? Daryl Taylor, yeah. Like if you weren't trying your best, you got any incriminating photos of those guys? You ever hang out with them, go to the bar? Come on, you got to have something for me, man. Come on, guy. Like, I don't put... Vrabel's that kind of guy, right? And again, like, he's a guy you love it if he's on your side. Like, when he was cool, it was cool, right? But when you look at him and he's like, your opponent, he's like, you dirty motherfucker. Like, so... And that's the thing. There's nothing to it. There's nothing to it. People are like, oh, yeah, well, they're not... do y'all not know the Texans don't blitz? They don't even blitz. They're not doing anything exotic. You know what I'm saying? Like they're lining up. This is why I love it so much. That's why they're lining up and playing football. I'm not trying to beat you. I'm not trying to get all crafty. I'm not trying to do. I'm gonna line up and beat the brakes off your ass, and you ain't got no fucking excuse. Well, no, it was just schemes I never saw before. I just couldn't process. We beat your fucking ass, bro. Like. You have no excuse. Like he was just. No, they lined up and they beat your fucking ass, right? He was getting cute instead of taking care of it. Man, look, I saw something about this. I was just reading about that CJ. You know what I'm saying, anyway. And they were saying there was some beef he had with Lassiter. Nigga, that Lassiter kill you, nigga. You not know that that's a real YN right there? That's like a nigga YN squared, nigga. Like, oh, that's what it was. He was talking about. Oh, he was in Lassiter's pocket. Oh, okay. That's bitch shit, right? Like, get rid of that nigga. We don't play that hoe. Like, bro, like that's why I say this is why I hate. And I hate it for the fans. I hate it for I understand salary cap issues and like you got to have these things. This information has to be public. I think it's super fucking weird, bro, that they publicly announce. When people get paid, I've always thought that's weird. Like, why do I give a fuck? Did we acquire the motherfucker and can he play? Like, I'm not losing the fucking money. Like, it's not coming out of my shit. Like, it's like people get mad, you got paid all that money. Well, obviously the skill set was that at some point in time, you thought that was the fucking thing. Y'all can have it. We're going with Skynet, baby. You know, we got the Terminator out there. We got all that good shit. We going a whole nother. Look, you know, I'm not hating. You know, the Sauce always just going a different direction. It's a different side of the Texans culture over here. Not knocking it, not hating on what nobody does. Don't care. We just do a little thing different over here. Somehow it seems to leak out into the mass Texans public. And then nobody, when you say, hey, you know, no, you fucking didn't. No, you guys want credit for everything. Like, no, I ain't never wanted credit for nothing I didn't say. But anyway, yeah, man, it's a situation, bro. Last time you saw Drake Maye, it wasn't cute. You're talking about an upgraded uniform. Like, this defense plays like swarm, right? As the play on it. They play with a hive mind, right? Fucking pun intended. Yeah, the fucking pun was intended. They play with a hive mind. They move as a unit. Like, it's a beautiful thing to watch, right? So all I'm saying is just like, oh, ain't nothing new. I just have to reference it every now and then just to let it know. But here's the thing, exactly. Like Peanut, I'm talking about the dog. Yeah. Anyway, CJ is hard headed. Shout out to Spitz. I don't know if it was yesterday. We was in the Discord. We was talking about something, and he was like, maybe you got to get more aggressive with this guy, right? Because it seems like there's a lot of tippy toeing, a lot of soft showing. Like, hey, maybe you got to get aggressive with this guy or something, because it seems like he needs pressure to function. Like, his best throws are some old off the wall difficult shit, like the windows he put. That's why I say, like, it's like, what the fuck, man? Like, maybe like you gotta punk this nigga a little bit. Like, you gotta, sometimes people get motivated like that. Like, when you tell somebody they can't do some shit, like, it's almost like reverse. Oh, bitch, you can't do that shit. And the nigga go do that shit in spite of what you said, win, lose, or draw. Like, maybe that's the approach we need to take. Because I feel like, and I see how the light skin thing has been going around a lot lately. I see how that was cool. I said that shit. Niggas was calling me, black people was calling me racist when I call a nigga light skinned CJ, right? We started saying that shit over here. Niggas, now everybody call him light skinned. It's cool. But anyway, shout out Texas T. What's the motherfucking deal? D, what's the motherfucking deal? Let me see. Michael Street, what's the motherfucking deal? Let me see. JPJ, what's the motherfucking deal? Let me see. Axel, what's the motherfucking deal? Again, if I missed y'all, I promise I ain't dish y'all. Just got a lot to talk about. I'm trying not to get distracted. Y'all know I get in the chat with y'all. I get to start talking crazy, get distracted. But like I say, there's just in the basics, when you're just looking at the base level of the game, there's nothing that you're seeing from this Patriots team that is putting fear in your heart that you haven't seen, right? Like, what's his name? Booty. Nobody worry about Booty. Booty wasn't even getting off like that last week, right? Like, Booty wouldn't even give up. I know it's Booty or whatever. It's Booty. He's gonna be looking like Booty next week, looking pure ass, right? Because he ain't getting no yards. Anyway, what are you intimidated? Henry? I mean, we had who was it? McBride. I think McBride's probably the only one who really tight end, and for a reason, the only tight end that really gave us the business. Like, Henry not finna eat like that, bro. Like, y'all see, I'm telling y'all, it's desperation. And I'm telling you why this is desperation. A coach with a secure game plan, a coach with a game plan in mind who knows, hey, this is a winning game plan, ain't worried about going and get somebody. Are we picking up anybody off the Patriots? Are we picking up any old Patriots play? No, we're not doing that. Why? Because we don't need to. We don't need to try to get some insight on your playbook, get some understanding, because we're going to line up and beat the brakes off you, right? We're going to line up and beat the brakes off. That was an accident, right? And that was last time. This is a whole new game. See him do it again. You ain't seen too many people do it twice. But again, right? It's a situation where Vrabel knows what he's up against, right? Vrabel knows what he's up against, and he's fearful, right? Because what's going to happen is this is going to be a very interesting meeting. Now, I want you guys to think about this. I don't know if many people have caught up. Somebody may have mentioned it before. But you're talking about two guys in a position to win a Super Bowl for teams that they played for. I don't know if that's took place before, right? I don't know the stat. I'm not a stat sexual. I'm like, well, it's actually happened 3 times in NFL history, Honcho. So you should really know your stat. I don't fucking know, bro. I don't know, and the little thing ain't working. So anyway, it's the things I don't say. But so you got 2 guys. So I think this is a very interesting game, right? Because you seriously have a guy who will, and we know who the guy's gonna be. Like a guy who got to play with a franchise and go back and win with a franchise. Now I don't know if there's a guy who's won one with a franchise and then you know what I'm saying, got back to go back to win another one as a coach of the franchise. But yeah, Maye's not nothing like. There's nothing Maye is doing. Like the real Drake Maye is the Patriots schedule, right? Like the real Drake Maye is the Patriots. The Patriots schedule is basically the first few picks of the fucking NFL fucking draft coming up. Like they didn't beat anybody. They don't have any notable win. Like you got to understand, like what most people don't know, and I keep telling you, the psychology has not changed because I know that when Texans culture's changed, we feel like they're embracing the city. We like the Texans more, right? We like the Texans more as Texans fans because they've altered their personality. They've embraced what we've been telling them to embrace in the sauce for a long time, right? And so we like the Texans. The nation still don't give a fuck about the Texans. The Texans still don't give a fuck about Texans. They're not watching Texans game. I tell you, most of the country still little boys Texans games. You know what I'm saying? Like that's some other shit. Nobody really cares. Like, again, I was telling how these players, how they look at Texans game. Like go look at the guys who used to play in an era early when the Texans were kind of coming into their own, right? They still look at them that way, or look at guys who've had success against the Texans, right? Like look at them. LA's not. What is LA? LA was a fluke for us, right? Like LA game wasn't nothing. We're not worried about LA. Like that was a fluke L. That doesn't mean nothing. We've beaten significant playoff teams. Like that one. You got one team. You got one playoff team on your record, and you think you beat somebody? That's nobody. That's nothing. That's a fluke game, right? That was a fluke loss. That was a fluke win for them. It's gonna get ugly, bro. And I want to tell y'all something. Like the score, y'all. While y'all bullshitting, like hear what I'm saying. He struggled to get points on the board against the Chargers, right? Didn't put a TD on the board until the end of the late in the fourth. You think he's gonna just carve up the tail? Like you think he's gonna have his way with the Texans? And he wasn't putting it out there like that. He's not gonna take that risk. And I guarantee you, right? I guarantee you, Diggs is in his ear telling him, hey, you're going to have to be careful because them niggas like that, right? Yeah, they're like that. Right now, Vrabel got Diggs in his office. Is there anything you remember? Tell me anything. Anything. Give me anything you got, right? They're going to rely on all old Texans because they can't line up and beat us. They need intel. They're going to hope somebody's like the fact that Nico's there, the fact that they're getting an extra day over us. Like there's so many advantages that they're getting, and the Texans are still going to beat that ass. Like, the Texans going to beat that ass. I ain't going to give you my motherfucking words yet, but the Texans are going to beat that ass with every advantage given. And I don't want to hear the meat. I don't want to hear it. This is not a fair, even game. This is why I say the scheduling fucking sucks. These knows better, right? And that's what I'm telling you. All them niggas going to get popped one good time. Fuck it. Give them a flag. I don't give a fuck. We'll make up for it, right? And they're going to tell that nigga, hey, no, don't throw me the fucking ball. You've seen everybody. It's happened to everybody, right? Everybody. You see the expression in their face. You saw it in Aaron Rodgers' face. Y'all, you see it, bro. Like, you see it. So, again, there is no worries whatsoever. Patriots ain't doing nothing. Again, like I said, there's nothing about the Patriots that make me say, they're running again. Because you got to talk about matchups, right? And people say, well, their running game, is their running game better against our fucking defense? No. Is their passing attack better against our defense? They're using the Chargers as a litmus test, right? But the Chargers are nowhere near in the same realm of conversation defensively as the fucking Houston Texans. Hey, Tom Brady ain't coming through that door, baby. You know what I'm saying? Vrabel's not coming through the door, baby. Vrabel ain't catching no pass. Gronk ain't coming. Aaron Hernandez ain't coming through the door, baby. Sorry. He's a little busy. You know what I'm saying? Tom ain't coming back. The boys ain't coming back like Ty Law ain't coming back. You know what I'm saying? I don't, what are you thinking? What are you thinking, bro? Like, I understand it. And I understand it. Like, I get it, bro. I get it. For you guys coming in here talking shit, I love it. I encourage you to do so. I'm not live. I've been saying I want to go live again, but I'm pregame, postgame. So make sure you're here pregame, an hour before the game. I'm here immediately when the clock hits 0. I'm gonna be live. I'll be here. You won't be here anyway. And neither will Aaron Hernandez. So anyway, like I'm saying, it's just a situation where I get it, and people are trying to bring up the old Letterman shit. Like that Letterman shit was 13 years ago, right? Somebody has initiated public schooling and graduated, probably as a No Child Left Behind, but graduated within that time. Those Letterman jackets don't mean shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like those Letterman jackets, that's what we're talking about. The O-line sucks. Like the issues that we had were on CJ, right? Towards the end of the year, the O-line was not giving up sacks. CJ has all day. That motherfucker CJ got all day to throw, but he thinks he got all day to think too. So that's the problem. Like, you think I can just, hey, I can just, now I got to make it. Like, again, the weakest link is CJ. I'll admit that. Everything else is working, like that Project Pat. Everything working. So, but I'm not, there's like nothing there. Like, and again, yeah, he's gonna play. He's a prideful good Christian man. I think he's gonna focus on it. I think he's gonna get it right. And I hope he prays on it. Maybe not make the palms so sweaty. Y'all see in the Discord. His knees weak, palms are sweaty. Vomit on the sweater already. His mom's spaghetti. Discord, y'all, if you're not in it, like I know y'all feel like I'm not gonna do that. But it's the funniest shit going on. It is the funniest shit happening. Most entertaining shit happening, bro. It is what it is. But again, y'all haven't played anybody. Like you beat who you should beat, right? And so that's all I'm saying. Like the record looks good. The record looks really nice. The record looks really cool. I think it's special. I think, good for Drake Maye. I think it's really good. But anyway, that's not going to happen, right? It's not, in the long run, it's not going to happen. But we'll get more into that on Friday as to why that won't happen for you in a more detailed fashion. But there's nothing that you can really say. Again, people are trying to compare. You can talk about wins. You can talk about numbers. It's a bunch of, here, let me tell you something. I tried to listen to some content from, I guess, Patriots fans and Patriots. I'm trying to get more. Like I tell you, because I don't listen to this shit. I don't care what anybody fucking thinks. It's my opinion. You agree or disagree. If you guys have an opinion, and we agree or disagree. This is the sauce. Everybody's welcome to their own opinion. That's what makes the sauce so great. I don't give a fuck if you disagree. As long as you ain't crying about it like a bitch and you got a real reason why you disagree. Cool, I'm cool with that. Bro, I could never live in the ball. I would probably cut my own light switch off if I lived in a ball. Have you ever heard those people talk? Oh my God, bro. It's like nails on chalkboard, bro. Like, I'm just thinking about like 2 clips outside. It's just, and there were multiple people and they all sound that way. It sounds, it's terrible, bro. It's, oh my God. I'm gonna get my car keys. And that's what's crazy. People always try to talk about like Texans having an accent. You guys say howdy and y'all. I know, like New Yorkers have a crazy accent. East Coast people have a crazy accent. California people got like a weird, proper kind of, like even like the California gangsters, they say, "What do you say, player?" You know what I'm saying? Kind of got like that weird, proper accent. Texas got like a little drawl to it. It ain't as deep as like, because there's this argument about is Texas the South and then the Deep South. There's just this crazy argument going on the internet. The internet's a terrible place. But anyway, as some would like to call the Deep South. But I don't think Texas people really have a bad, like, we got a little bit. Like, I think more country out of the city. You can hear it, but it ain't as bad. That Boston accent, you were talking about city folk that, oh my God, hey, well, I don't even know. I can't even do it. He's making me mad thinking about it. Anyway, right? So, bro, that's just stupid. Anthony, are you special? You know, this is what I love about stuff. So I like fucking with y'all, right? But Anthony, we got a special friend here. It looks like we got somebody either new here who doesn't understand. He says he doesn't know how to go. So cool with that. Anthony, like, what are you talking? Who is fucking next to Miles Garrett? Like, we can all come in here and say stupid things and think we're smart, right? None of you guys are next to him. Who's next to fucking Miles Garrett? No, he can stay. I want him to stay. I want him to stay, bro. Cause that's entertainment for me when I find it very entertaining when people say dumb stuff and there's really no reason to say it. I guess people just like attention, right? But again, you have to say this right now. It's the risk reward thing. I'm gonna say as much crazy shit as I can that I don't believe as a Patriots fan, in hopes of somehow the football gods see this go our way, and then I can come back and talk shit. Or I'm gonna talk a bunch of shit. What's gonna happen is the Texans are gonna put us over the knee. They're gonna go out. They're gonna send us out to go get the switch with the leaves on it, and they're gonna put us over the knee, and they're gonna bust our ass, switch the ass, and I'm never gonna show up again. But I felt good talking shit and trying to get those people enraged, even though it didn't work. That's all it is. It's a low risk, high reward action, right? But right? You know what I'm saying? Right? That what you're saying is asinine. It's crazy stuff. Don't do that to yourself, bro. Like, don't make yourself look crazy. Like, come in here, talk some shit, and have some fun. But don't say stupid stuff. Like, I mean, who are you going to compare? Who in this league right now is on par with Myles Garrett as a pass rusher? The guy just broke the record. That's probably the second or third dumbest take you could have about football in the modern era right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody said that. Nobody said that but there's nothing wrong with having two guys in double digits who average double digit sacks. I think you'll take that, and having multiple guys on the team, 4+ interceptions. I think you'll take that. I think it's again, you don't understand. You see, you haven't watched, you don't know. But what you're going to learn, what Drake Maye is going to learn is, see, there's sharks out there in that water, boy. You know what I'm saying? Aquí llego un tiburón. You didn't think I knew. But anyway, like I said, bro, it's cool. And we can entertain Anthony. I guess he's bored. We're bored. But like I said, it's going to be pleasant. I'm actually excited because we're collecting hats, right? We got to collect a couple of hats in this journey. As I get back to what I was talking about earlier in the Texans' journey to the big game, because I'm not going to call it that, but I'm going to call it, I'm just here so I don't get fined. But on the journey to the big game, we got to collect a couple of hats that we didn't get during the regular season. And it would be nice, because then we get to look back and say, hey, remember that year that the Texans won it all? And we kind of overcame all the little demons that we've had as a franchise along the way. And we got to kind of get a little lick back on some of those teams along the way. You know what I mean? So it's a beautiful thing to me. Got to knock out KC, that year in a very embarrassing fashion. You go in, you knock off New England along the way in a very the New England game is going to be ugly. You want to mark my motherfucker? The New England game score will be uglier than the Steelers score for New England. If you can't move the ball on the Chargers, right? What did you go into the half with? Like 3? 3 or something like that? 3 or 6 maybe? That's against the Chargers. Against the Chargers. And you think that Drake Maye someday is going to come out and just have his way. Not going to happen, bro. Not going to happen. It goes live at Meet After. All you got to do is subscribe. It'll be there. I put a notification up. I put the little thing up early. Subscribe to your Patriots friends. You're all welcome. Maybe, just maybe, Sunday we open up the sauce line, right? Because it's going to be such a victorious day. It's going to be such a victorious day in Texans history. We're going to overcome we already overcame the 0-6, but we'll overcome the divisional woes that we've had, and we get a chance to go to the AFC Championship. I can't wait. Because the Patriots are nothing more than a road bump in the way, right? There's nothing more than a road bump in the way. There's nothing that a person can tell me objectively that the Patriots have or are capable of doing to the Texans that somebody else hasn't attempted to do, right? Like I'm trying to understand like what's magical formula. This is almost on par with what the Steelers fans were saying last when the Steelers were all, I got hopes, and I got for that same motherfucker was I got hopes. Well, season's over, brother. You know what I'm saying? No, sir. I told y'all we doing the bro, I'd be so fucking. I don't know what I would do if they did it. But I said we coming out with the unified shiesties, man. Everybody come out with the shiesty with their initials on it and shit. Man, look, yeah. So again, it's a situation where I don't think that. I'm glad that the media is back picking You know, because I keep telling you, like y'all can listen to the media, but the media has an agenda. You can believe it doesn't if you want to, but I think if you just kind of pay attention, you'll understand. Because you're watching the games, you're watching the Texans games, and you're forced to watch the games of these other people because for whatever reason, a lot of these channels think those games are more interesting, or they give them the primetime games or whatever else. So you're able to compare. A lot of other people are not watching the Texans unless they're the primetime game. And what happens, again, what happened? Remember last time the Texans were the major game? Every time the Texans have been the game, do y'all realize what the conversation has been? Fortunately for you guys, it's during the day, right? Fortunately, you guys were during the day. Because if it was at night, it would get real late. So the score might not be as bad. But remember when Kansas City was the game? And then what happened for the next week and a half? Everybody talked about how amazing this Texans defense was. Remember when Steelers were the game? And now everybody's still talking about how fucking amazing this Houston Texans defense. You guys are going to be the game, right? You guys are going to be the game. That's what I'm saying. I know y'all. I know it. I know y'all wish y'all had the luck. It's not gonna happen, bro. He's gonna be. Look, y'all will do better calling Cam, right? y'all will do better calling Cam. Hey, Cam, I need a favor from you. You know, it's like you guys are not gonna win. But again, it's cool, bro. Like I said, I get it. Like again, if I thought the Texans were facing an insurmountable opponent and I just knew there was no way I'd talk shit too, you know. It's almost like a little chihuahua barking at a pit bull. I get it, you know, but it's like the pit bull doesn't care. What are you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? When he's time and he's done, we just put his paw on you and you know you're done. And that's what's gonna happen to you guys, right? You know what I'm saying? That's what's gonna happen. So yeah, we'll be live like an hour before the game. I'll be talking shit about you guys the whole hour. I'll try to have some nice little graphics and show you why the Texans are all better and all that kind of stuff. It's fun. It gets really fun around here. We play all kind of funs and games, and we talk about people's mamas and stuff. So you should come join us. Anyway, yeah. So it was something else I meant to talk about. I didn't take my fucking notes. We talked about why I think that people should be more strict on CJ, because again, I want to say this. I want to say the Patriots are better than. Yeah, I guess the Patriots are better than the Steelers. I guess I won't be a complete dick, but I mean, after seeing what I saw, you got to understand this is the second season. So we love to attribute stuff like even with us, like we can't attribute stuff like the teams that we saw in the season. It's the second season, right? Unless it would have been the Jags, we'd have beat them. But it's the second season. So all that shit that you did at first didn't matter. Look how close all those games were, right? Games that should have been wide margins of victory. But for some reason, nobody could do that except for the Texans. I don't know why that is. You run guys in the row like they're the only ones that could blow somebody out. What happened to Drake Maye? I thought he was a quarterback. So I thought he was putting up numbers. He would put up almost 400 or something like that. I think 377, something like that. I don't even know what the stats were. I think I saw somebody was like 377. I might be wrong. I might be thinking about another game. 377. You had 16? You had one touchdown. What are you wasting all them yards for? Like, what are you doing, man? On the filler yard? Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? He won't have 300 yards, I promise you that. He might. You gotta think about this, right? Aaron had what? $140 something? He might have had a little bit more than I think he had like 149 at the last player. He might have 140 something at the end. I don't know if their total passing was. Again, at the end of the game, the rushing yards were inflated because they were just running out the clock. Like, you realize Tom Brady's not there. Bill Belichick ain't there. Like, who do you think? Do you not understand how sports works? But anyway, you realize that the Steelers quit. The Steelers quit in a playoff game. The Steelers resigned. They got house ruled, Madden style, and they quit. They gave up. The Texans beat that ass so bad, they retired. A man resigned from his job. The Texans beat that ass so bad, Mr. Monday Night Mike retired. Not even retired, I'm sorry. He resigned. He could retire. Willingly stepped out. I don't think he willingly stepped out. I think that was just like the franchise giving him some dignity because of everything he's done, which is what the sensible thing to do. If a guy's giving you nothing but winning seasons and been That Steelers job, honestly, like a side note, that Steelers job is the most prestigious job out there right now. Y'all can say whatever the fuck you want to, I'm gonna tell you why. But I think they let him step down and say he stepped down to be respectful because of the way that he did it and to avoid any kind of racism. He fired a black guy, God damn it, and people don't go crazy. I think that's the way you do it. The PR way and just as a franchise, the respectful way. Again, anyway, but Pittsburgh's only had like 4 coaches. Oh, me too, baby. Come on with it. I'll be expecting to see you because you're not going to show up. You won't be here. You might be here in the pregame, but you won't be here in the postgame. It's been like 69. Been like only 4 coaches. Like you got to be a bad motherfucker, right? You got to be a bad motherfucker to be a Pittsburgh coach. Like those aren't only 3. That's what I'm saying. Those aren't easy shoes to fill. Like Cowher, I can't remember who was before Cowher. It was Cowher. I know you had Tomlin. Don't let me lie to you before that. But I can't think of Anyway, I got the Antonio Browns. I got the CTE. I got bronchitis. Anyway, bro, you really did send him into a reboot. Bro, done just dog. Bro, it's a whole new day for the Steelers. It's not what I'm saying. Like y'all aren't in rebooks. I mean, y'all are good. Y'all are relevant, but y'all gonna get spanked, bro. Like the Steelers shouldn't have been there. Like it don't matter if it been the Steelers or Baltimore. Neither one of them really should have been there. Somebody just had to win the North. It was gonna be the same outcome. But yeah, come on, man. But that Pittsburgh game, that's what I want to know. Like, who do y'all think is gonna end up with that Steelers job? Like that's the prestigious availability right now to me. Because again, like I say, just kind of the lore, like if you're a Steelers coach, you better win, right? You better win. And you better win big consistently. You know what I'm saying? You better you gotta win the big one. Like, so that's gonna be very interesting. I'm wondering, my curiosity is does Pittsburgh make another stellar hire? Right? Do they make another stellar hire, or is this going to be the first time Pittsburgh's going to experience like that coaching carousel and have to try to figure it out, right? What they say? Because I know they talked about switching teams. I know the Ravens owner said they asked him about Mike Tomlin, but he said after shout out to Aziz, man. Whatever that stupid shit was, like. That's what got Tomlin kicked out the fucking playoffs. Nigga, you niggas didn't win that game. Y'all niggas just didn't lose it. And you over here fucking kissing the nigga. Sit your punk ass down. We got plenty of time to sit down now. Bro, here, let's talk about Diggs for a second because I'm going to be honest. Cool. It was cool while he was here. It was really neither here nor there. His stay here wasn't shit, but that's why I say that's another advantage. Like people talking about Diggs, like we know everything Diggs got. Like we're not concerned about Diggs, right? We're not concerned about Diggs. We got young guys that have had another year of experience in the league, and you think that Maye is gonna? Okay, you telling me come on, man, come on, just stop it. Like I said, we'll have more. We'll dive more into this Friday, like I said, but this is just a little midweek hype. Right, like this ain't the only Corby Works trying to play others. Bro, we'll agree on that. I mean, that's an agreeable fact. Like again, like you're not telling me anything about telling me CJ Stroud. Like I'm not on the CJ train. I know most people are mad. I'm going to ride my quarterback. I don't think he's good right now. I don't think he's been playing well. I think he's going to have to show me something. Because y'all can't tell me 251-1 is good again. Like I say, with the interception, where the interception at? And I want to talk about another thing real quick, right? I know y'all think, Hunter, you said you're done bashing CJ. We don't want to hear it. Let's move on to the next game, and you just let it go, brother. But I've been doing this all year, so I'm not going to stop now until he proves me wrong. Even that throw to Kirk. Shout out to Kirk. Kirk had a ball in the ass game. Kirk balled out like a motherfucker. It was unexpected, right? You can't, just like you can't count on CJ to have a game like he had again. You almost can't count on Kirk to do it again, but like now the probability is there more so because Nico's not there. But anyway, CJ's gonna have to rely on them young. Like he's forced into a situation. Like let's just say you got to be. That's what I was talking about earlier. I got distracted. Started talking about something else. But how you got to kind of punk CJ. I think you got to punk him. you gotta put CJ between a rock and a hard place, and you gotta make him get up out that shit. Like, you gotta make him get up out that shit, and he can do that. But if he's out there like, and you giving him time, like CJ's his own worst. And when CJ get out there thinking, I don't think CJ should be given the freedom to like, they need to minimize as much mental processing the season's almost over with. We'll get into that. As much as they can, and just let CJ just kind of cut the thinking out for him, right? Like, because again, when he's in flow and he's just playing, he can ball. But when you see him out there trying to make decisions, and it's like, this nigga, man, this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And again, we're not mad because it was still a blowout. We were able to overcome his wins. And what was the stat like? This is a crazy stat. In games where CJ has 3 or more turnovers in the playoffs, the Texans are 3-0. Like, that's what I'm telling you. Like, the Texans are fucking putting a protection spell, defensive protection spell on this nigga CJ. I hope he's taking full advantage over it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hope he's taking full advantage and come on, man. Like, you owe us one. Like, CJ got, 2 games, I think, this year with 3 touchdowns? Like, CJ, you owe us one, bro. Like, we need, come on, man. CJ owe us one. But, yeah, he needs to be punked into it. And so now having no Nico, he's being forced to have to utilize his other receivers. But that's not a bad thing because all of his other receivers are weapons that nobody fucking knows. Hutch can get off. He's not gonna take over a game, but Hutch is gonna make you Hutch is going to make you a crucial catch. That you're guaranteed to get a crucial catch. Hold on. Hutch is guaranteed to make you a crucial catch. That's an automatic. Woody's guaranteed to get hurt and come back into the game. If Woody gets hurt and comes back into the game, that's a good sign for the Texans, right? He went off last week doing it. Hudson go, Noel can make you a big explosive play. He can get you 1 or 2, right? Hutch, we saw that Hutch is Nico light. And that's what I say. Like, that's the thing. Like, Hutch is Nico light. And I really think about it. Like, think about this. If you're a Texans fan who's actually watched Texans games, not some random guy coming in here because he's sad because his team's about to get put over a barrel. And we ain't got no lube, brother. What you gonna do about it? Anyway, we got, like I say, Hutch can make us a play. Noel can make us a play. Think about this season and the catches that Nico has made and the catches that Higgins has made, and look at the catch. Like, you remember, think about the big catches. Higgins made some big catches this year. Nico's made some big catches this year. Do you feel like there's too many catches that Nico made that Higgins can't make? Like, did you see plays that Nico made that you feel like consistently this season that Higgins can't make? Higgins had some little toe tap issues early on. He kind of fixed that. But I mean, just thinking about it, I'm not making excuses. I mean, across the board. I want to say Higgins had almost like 600 yards this season, something like 5+. You know what I'm saying? Do you feel like there's something that Nico does so much more exceptionally than Higgins that, that we're just going to suffer from it, right? I don't think that's the situation. And I'm not knocking Nico, right? I'm not saying Nico ain't that. I know I said last week Nico and I said Nico and Tank Maye, CJ. I'm still sticking by that. So I'm not knocking him. You know what I'm saying? It's a Chris Kerber said once a man he would be the guy to get double teamed this weekend. So you think I don't see Kirk being that guy. I don't see Kirk being the guy getting double teamed. I think they're gonna look at it. Okay, he got him one, he got off, but I don't see him paying that much attention to him. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they respect what we have left like that. I don't think they do, and I think that's what's going to be their mistake. Like, I don't think they're going to give enough credit to feel like they don't have a guy that's worth us, putting 2 men out. So I think they'll be pleasantly surprised. I think they're going to find out real soon. But yeah, like I said, if you really think about it, man, like there's not too much Nico's doing that Higgins can't give you. You know what I'm saying? A little veteran experience, maybe a little cleaner route running, but, you know, when it comes to going out and getting the ball, like, I can think of, you can think of a drop last game that Nico should have went and got. You can think of a catch, I want to say maybe the game before that Higgins should have got. So even, you know, at this point in his career, Nico's still making some similar play, like mistakes. So I'm not, to me, it's like, it's unfortunate not to have Nico. You want to have that weapon. But Higgins is legitimate. Noel is legitimate. No, Tank ain't coming through the door. But Kirk showed you that he's a factor. And Hutch, bro, like I'm not, and let's not sleep on and not act like Schultz ain't come through for CJ in the biggest way in some of the most crucial situations. So it's not like we're hurting. Again, like I don't think that you feel bad. You would like to have Nico. But even if you look at last game, like, do you feel like Nico was impacting the Steelers game like that? You know what I'm saying? Like, dinged up, going to sideline all the time. Like, do you feel like he was impacting the Steelers game like that? Like, and it's unfortunate he got hurt, right? Like, we can talk about how people feel if it was a hospital ball, whose fault it was. I think CJ again. But what we were talking about accuracy. Somebody was mad about me talking about how CJ's accurate. You can serve a motherfucker a high pass. He can go up and get that bitch. That's going to count as a catch, right? He could get his fucking block knocked off somehow, just end up landing on the ground with that bitch. It's going to be a catch, even though they're going to cart him off to the hospital with that motherfucking ball in his hand. And that's going to be attributed to a quarterback. And we're going to call that accurate because we look at stats, right? We look at stats because we don't watch the game. We don't know that this guy just got killed for this play, right? That he had to go up and really go out and risk it for, but it was a catch. So that quarterback's accurate. That's the type of stuff we say without really paying attention and saying, hey, you know, yeah, the placement's not good. That's what I'm saying. That throw in the end zone to Kirk was behind him. You know what I'm saying? So, like, that CJ's got to tighten up. Like, if CJ can tighten up a little bit, I've talked about his timing often, right? You ain't been seeing him hitting folks in stride, right? You see motherfuckers, you know, you see that old Schaub to Andre Johnson action going on. Like, you know, motherfuckers having to ease up on their route just to catch the ball, or you know, you might have a motherfucker beat, but now you waiting on this delivery, and nigga done got you, so you can't really get no yak. You can't really do nothing with it. Like, it's concerning. If CJ could just tighten a little, so this offense could flow so much more smoothly, and it could really put numbers on the board. That's why I say, like, I talk so much shit because it's so frustrating, because, like, I know he's more than fucking capable of it. It's the fact that he's just not doing it. Like, this offense could be every bit as, no, I'm lying. But this offense could be pretty good. It could be, it could put points up. It could be a top 10 offense if CJ just tightened up some bolts and screws, you know? And I know we talking about Kaylee. You can't put none on Kaylee last game. Y'all can say not the flea flicker. I'm not even gonna all the way fault the flicker on on Coleridge. You know, Woody kind of grandma'd that hoe a little bit, but you still should have been able to get there. Because think about it. Like, how, like the points of Higgins was wide open, bro. He was wide open. I hear you about he's young, right? But pretty soon you got to have a conversation about giving a young guy a contract. And you're taking a bet. Like, if you haven't seen it and you're starting to see, you know, you're seeing like concerns, you got to start talking. We're talking year 4 after this. You know, are we extending? Are we talking money? Because some folks, it's offensive to take that extension and not start talking contract. Like, we're just gonna take the 5th year option. We ain't really talking about putting no money in your pocket. You know, we know quarterbacks tend to be a little bit more sensitive on the side of when we talk about football players, probably under receivers maybe. But, you know, they got egos, you know, they have a lot of responsibility on their shoulders, and they may feel this way. Team may feel that way. I think it's a lot of things you have to be concerned about because, again, you have a guy, and I'm not saying that he's, again, like I said, I like CJ. I think CJ is more than capable. He's just not putting it together. Franchise tags cost a lot of money. Franchise tag costs a lot of money, right? Like, that's on the higher end of the money. You know what I'm saying? So it's a situation where each keep up. We don't have any option. Like, I'm not saying we can't ride. We got to do what we got to do. Make sure I hit that like button though. But he can play better than what he is. You know what I'm saying? And like, then look, you're gonna have to step it up. Like, cause again, think about it. Like I told everybody else, bro. You go back and you look at that game. There's nothing. You have nothing to complain about, other than the little Kaimi slip. But Kaimi been so fucking money to this year. Like, you don't even care that he missed a little extra point. Like, other than that, like, what negative conversation can you have about last week's game, right? Because if you want to talk about any issues along the line or him getting hit, it really wasn't due to poor line play. You know what I'm saying? It really wasn't due to poor line play. It was because he was back there trying to think too long, trying to make a decision, trying to go for the big play, trying to go, and again, so it's like, yeah. That's what I say. It's like, and I know it's different, bro. That's why I say it's I've been saying it all year, like, I don't think it's a skill set thing. I don't think that it was impressive. I don't think it's a skill set. It's something mental, bro. It was mental. What are you talking about? Bills versus a great defense? Defense that we've seen. Like, who you gotta realize I'm not Josh Allen. Oh, you talking about against us? Well, I mean, I don't know. That's what's killing me too. Have y'all been hearing that one? Have y'all been hearing? If we could wrap it up here in a second, I really went a little bit longer than I thought. Y'all know I get to rambling and shit. But have y'all heard that one? That Bills fans say that they want to smoke. Like, I'm like, have you guys been Bill fans very long? Like, the Bills in Houston they said they would rather have the take on Houston than go play the Patriots, right? Like, that's why I continue to tell you, like, nobody logically is saying this type of stuff who are watching these games, right? When you watch a Houston Texans defense, it's a completely different energy. It's like nothing you're seeing, right? It's like nothing you're seeing anybody else doing. When you talk about swarm, like, it's literally like a bunch of deranged rabid hornets coming out. So like, it's 3, 4, 5 motherfuckers piling up on somebody. Somebody standing motherfucker up, hitting like and they get excited when they make plays. Like, you see motherfuckers make tackles, like, get up. And these motherfuckers running down the field because they made a big play. They feed off of that. They feed off. The Bills really talking about that. They were like, when has that ever worked for you? In recent history, when is playing Houston in the playoffs work for you? When is seeing Houston, coming to Houston, work for you? Like, come on, man. Like, that's a crazy. Did you not see what we did? Yeah. Why ain't Buffalo? Buffalo Bills should be racist too, right? Because I don't know. With Buffalo, like a Buffalo, I know it's supposed to be the Bill, but like, it's a Bill. It's like a male Buffalo or something. I'm trying to think before I say something crazy. Like, I'm not familiar with the ways of the Buffalo, right? I'm not Chief Geronimo, right? I didn't follow him, right? And one of those people who killed all the buffalo and then stacked them up. That was a lot of buffalo wasted. Anyway, like, I don't know. I don't know the rules of the buffalo, right? But I'm thinking, like, if your city's called Buffalo and then the mascot's a buffalo, like, what is a bill? Because then I'm thinking like a bill of a hat. Anyway, I'm not gonna go down that rabbit hole. But here's the deal. I got to get back working on the system. You see, everything's crashed. It's not working. So I've just been on the plane background looking weird today. But Friday, 6 p.m. We're going to really deep dive into it. We're going to actually do a game preview. I just want to spill some sauce with y'all today. Just kind of a little bit of thoughts on. I'm not as angry as I was. After the game, right? I know everybody was happy with celebrating the win. I went total opposite. I was pissed. Beyond the funny nigga was the motherfucker that Buffaloes. But that's what I'm saying. Like, Buffaloes in New York. Are there? I mean, I don't know. Because I remember, like, I went to a weird part of New York one time, and it was kind of woodsy. There might be some Buffaloes out there. Who knows? Anywho, that's what I was wondering. Like, that's what I thought. That's what I was like. I'm thinking Buffalo Bill, like the person. And then I'm like, so now your mascot's like a person, but that's stupid. It's fucking dumb. Anyway, Sauce Nation, man, I appreciate y'all, man. I thank y'all for being here. You guys are the fresh motherfucking ingredients. You say, Honcho, man, hey, what is this ingredient stuff you're talking about? I like food. I like ingredients. Well, hey, you're going to be a part of the freshest flavor in H-Town sports. Become a fresh ingredient by subscribing to the channel. All you got to do is hit that subscribe button. If you've been true to this and you ain't new to this, go ahead and hit that like button. You know what I'm saying? And make sure you're following on all proper social medias. Saw Sports HTX on Instagram, on X. I don't like saying on X, right? I'm an older gentleman. I come from an era when that was the thing. That makes me think about the truck. Like, you can find me on X. Well, what are you doing on drugs? What are you doing on drugs, right? I want to still call it Twitter. Thanks a lot, Elon. Anyway, exactly. Like it's fucking me up. Like, oh, hey man, I'm on X. You can find me on X. Well, come on, bro. Let me check your car then, buddy. Let me see you on all that X. Yeah, I'm on a lot. I'm all over X. Anyway, on X, on Twitter, Saw Sports HTX. I keep telling you, I fuck with the kick. I'm gonna see what the kick numbers is. They was low last time I checked, right? Because this is why I say I be having these issues trying to do certain things and fix it to acclimate it for YouTube. I know I gotta fix it because this is where everybody's not gonna go to another platform. So I'm trying to get it working. But let's say multi-streaming will be coming up in the very near future. I do want to do. I might try to set up live for this game. We'll see. Because I've been saying I want to do it. You know, we only got a couple of games left. Why not try it out? It's a risk trying to do it for a Rockets game because goddamn them motherfuckers. Anyway. Hey, I fuck with y'all, man. I thank y'all. I thank y'all for being here. But like I said, 6 p.m. Friday. And it's Friday. Y'all know Friday is fucking Friday. So, you know, if your boss, your kids, your neighbor, we don't take no pet slander over here. So you can't be over here talking about fuck your dog. You know, we don't do all that. But, you know, whatever's on your mind, we're going to get that out on Friday. If I get everything right with the system together, I will have. I've been saying, I know people say, what about the sauce line? Where's the sauce line? It's when I've been telling, it's a lot of integrated, a lot of shit. Like, y'all will see. And so I don't want to get the sauce line boot until I get that done. But with that being said, again, I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all be cool like y'all be cool. But most of all, y'all stay saucy. If we're going live, we did one for the draft a couple of years back. They went the year after. But yeah, you know, it's something to consider in the very near future. Yeah, what's the motherfucking deal? But again, I appreciate y'all. I'll catch y'all Friday. And until then, y'all stay saucy. Y'all are the freshest motherfucking ingredients, and I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all. Y'all could have been anywhere in the world this evening. But y'all in here chopping up with your boy, and that is greatly appreciated. Shout out to the round table and the rest of Sauce Nation, man. I'm gone.